So you know that Google Business Profile reviews are important, and you know it's important to try and get your customers to give you reviews. But how can you get them to give you those reviews in the first place? And also, what about all the other questions about reviews? What happens if you get a bad review? Do you have to have a 5.0 review on every single review for it to be of value? And why is it some businesses seem to rank ahead of you, even though their reviews are less than yours? It all seems so confusing sometimes from the outset. Well, here's the good news. Did you know that Google actually wants you to get reviews, and it wants those reviews to come through thick and fast? But here's the interesting part. Google doesn't just want you to get good reviews, it also wants you to get some bad reviews. Well, genuine bad reviews, as in the fact that people perhaps want some improvement from the business. Google likes the variation of reviews. So having every review perfect isn't what Google considers as a trustworthy review. And did you know that Google reviews are not a major factor in the ranking of your business, but they are a major factor in the purchasing or the buying of your business from your customers? So in today's video, I'm going to answer your questions, and I'm going to show you what Google's looking for in your reviews. I'm also going to look at what you can do with bad reviews, why reviews disappear, how you can get more reviews quickly, and how you can easily get reviews to give you a ranking boost. And ultimately, this should increase your traffic, your ranking, and therefore your sales. So how much does it actually cost to get Google Business Reviews? Well, they're absolutely free. It's as simple as that. But of course, to get reviews, people have to have a reason to give a review. And the power of the word because can be quite powerful. So you can just say to someone, is there any chance you can give me a review because it will help other customers find me? Just giving that power of reasoning will increase your reviews by 33% on a take-up. So let's take this question. Does Google actually want you to get reviews? Well, yes, it's encouraged. As you can see here, Google wants you to get reviews. It makes it clear. Get reviews. It shows you how you can get reviews. It shows you ways in which you can get reviews via Twitter, via Facebook, maybe just a link that you can post in an email and send out to customers. The fact that Google has support pages as well to help you get good reviews shows the importance of reviews. So there's no doubt about it, Google wants you to get reviews. Now on this YouTube channel, it's like a community where we have questions and I try and answer them as well. And some of the questions you put forward about reviews recently were some really good questions. I mean, here was one of them. It was asking the question, would it be spammy to have a review updated and a photo added? So the reason this is being asked is because maybe some reviews have already been given, but looking back now, the keywords used, or there wasn't a photo by the person reviewing it, they've then spoken about these things together and they've said, yeah, I'm happy to go in and I'll revise my review. It could be that the customer had a bad review and now they've put things right and so they want to upgrade that to a good review. Then whatever the situation is, Google doesn't mind you going in and revising a review as long as it's genuine. And another question I noticed on my community was people asking, can you give a Google review without a Google account? Well, you could in the past, that's now changed. So if you've got a video that says you can, just have to bear in mind Google's now changed that and you can't give a review without a Google account. But of course, if you've got any questions, then put them down below in the comments. If you have got anything at all that you want to know about Google Business Profile or about web design or any SEO questions in general, put them down below. And while you're there, obviously do subscribe, give a like, and do the things you need to do to be alerted to my next video as well, so that you don't miss out on these little gems that I'm sharing with you. But what about when you get a bad review? Should you remove it? Should you reply to it? Well, you have to decide, is it genuinely breaking the rules? Now, if you want to know what the rules are, then you need to flag it and be familiar with what some of those things are you need to flag. So here you can see the various things that are needed. So you can select what reason there is for flagging it. But if it's just annoying the fact that a customer didn't enjoy your service or didn't particularly find it helpful what you did for them, then it may just be there's some valid information there. And so the best thing then would be to try and contact the customer and put things right if at all possible. But if they still have an issue with something, well, sometimes that isn't a bad thing. As you can be seen here, Google does like to see bad and good reviews. And when you think about it, if you were to purchase something, wouldn't you be interested to know not just what the good reviews say about it, but also some of the things that the services or the products, some of the negative things as well. And you can't really trust every single 5-star. For example, I purchased something on Amazon quite recently And by purchasing it, when I received it, it came with this card that said, if you can prove that you purchased this with your receipt and give a 5-star review, we'll refund you like £20. They were in effect were breaking the rules because they were paying for a 5-star review on Amazon. Not genuine reviews, but 5 stars because people wanted to get £20 back on their receipt. So you have to be aware that some of the star ratings aren't always giving a validity or a truth to what's being said. And Google's trying to combat that by allowing for good and bad reviews, and that not allowing it to have a negative effect on your ranking necessarily. But of course it does have a human effect if you get a lot of bad reviews. But is there a way of filtering out bad reviews just so that generally good reviews come through onto your business or onto your website? Well, there's a brilliant little tool here that I just want to show you. Is you can send your customers here and they get a choice to choose whether they're happy or sad with your services. If they say it was an excellent service or they thought it was good, it'll take them through to then the ability to put a review together on Google Business, which is great. But if they then decided that they thought it was okay or bad, well, you may want to just interact with them first. So before they put the review on Google, you get this opportunity for them to email you or contact you, and they can explain why they weren't happy with the service. Now, the beauty of this is it just filters out really the bad reviews. It means people that are content and happy can go through to Google. People that aren't so happy can speak to you first. What a great little tool this is. I'm going to put some links down below so you can have a look at that tool. Now, one of the things you may have seen is that people like to add their reviews to their website. Why? Well, again, it builds trust. And how helpful is it if you go to someone's website and you see they've got Google reviews? Doesn't that make you feel that there's more legitimacy, more trustworthiness behind the products that they're reviewing or the comments they're making about the business? So how do you get that integrated? Is there a way of doing that into your website? Well, yes, there's a few ways to do it. So near the end of the video, I'll reveal how you can get that into your website. So why do reviews matter? What's the reason for being so important to Google and to your customers and therefore to you? Well, human trust is a large part of what affects people's signals to Google. So their click-throughs generally happen on those that have a higher rank. The human effect, the trustworthiness it produces, does give the right signals, the right click-throughs to Google's algorithm. It's commonly known that most people will check an online review beforehand, 6 out of 10 in fact, but ultimately it's about conversion. In fact, when they reverse engineered all of Google Businesses or Google Business Profiles, listings and algorithms and everything about it, the biggest impact on humans is ratings or reviews. Now, have you ever had it where someone's put a Google Business review for you, but it just doesn't show? And they say they've sent it, they say they've uploaded it, but you just can't find it on your Google Business Profile. So what's going on there? There are several reasons why that could be the case. And often it's a bit unknown as to why Google hasn't allowed it to go through. And if you look at some of the violations, it could just be that a certain word was used. It could be it was from a certain IP address that's too close to your IP address. It could be the email that was used is from the same business as your own. Whatever the reason is, Google obviously has found a violation and it may well be that it's wrong. So what can you do? Well, you could ask the person to try again. That's probably the first thing you could try. At the end of the day, if you can't get that review for some reason or another showing on Google Business Profile, then use another platform like Facebook, Yelp, because those reviews will also add towards the trustworthiness of your business. So Google actually ranks you not just based on Google Business Reviews. But one of the best things you can do, and I mentioned this earlier, is add reviews to your website. Why? Because it builds trust and also it looks great, and also it gives an opportunity for visitors to your website to also add a review to your Google Business Review profile. So if you want to build that trust up within your website and you want to know how to do that, then head over to this video now and I'll show you exactly how you can integrate it into your website.